Winnipeg Comedy Festival celebrates its unlucky 13th birthday this year, promising a lethal dose of laughs, some courtesy of funny man Tom Green.
We managed to be able to secure him and bring him out this year, and we found the perfect gala for him in special delivery.
That night will feature comics with unique deliveries. Match Game host Darren Rose returns with his man cave, exploring the male ego in The Bro Show. But the last word will go to an all-female lineup, including comic Elvira Kurt in The No Bro Show. The Winnipeg Comedy Festival runs April 7th to 13th. For a full list of comedians, head to the festival's website.
He has arrived. Kevin McDonald is going to join us next on BT to talk a little bit about the Winnipeg Comedy Festival and what he's been working on and his showdown with Johnny.
That's coming up right after this break. Good, Johnny, pretend you're talking. Good morning and welcome back to Breakfast Television. We've been talking about it all day. The time has arrived. Mr. Kevin McDonald joining us on Breakfast Television. Good morning, Kevin.
Really? Talked about it all day?
We've been talking about it since 6 a.m. We've been talking about it actually since yesterday. We were so excited.
So am I. I've been talking about it for a week.
A genuine Kids in the Holler on set today for Breakfast Television.
Yes, I'm a genuine Kids in the Holler.
We're going to be talking a little bit about Kids in the Hall, a little bit about the stuff that's to come. But first, I want to talk about Kevin Fest. This is a film festival that's kicking off tonight at 7 o'clock at the Cinematheque. What's the origins on this thing?
Well, first of all, Kevin Fest, just as a coincidence, there was a festival called Kevin Fest. Since my name was Kevin, I thought, oh, I should
You latched onto that?
I should be moderator. I'm lying, of course. No, it's named after me. I always have a theme every year, and this year the theme is movies that have bombed when they first came out, absolutely bombed, but are now either considered classics or aren't considered classics, but are movies that I think are good.
All right, so popular movies that aren't actually popular, but
yes,
they're popular.
The theme this year are very bad movies, so come on down and see it.
But there's a twist to this because some really interesting selections here. So if you don't mind running through it here, tonight we're going to be seeing The Man with Two Brains.
Yes, excellent movie. I was kidding, of course. I think all these movies are great. Man with Two Brains was a Steve Martin movie that came and went very quickly, but I think it's his best movie, in my opinion. There he is.
Hey, look at that.
There he is. And there's a cat in it.
Hey, we know that people like seeing cats in videos. Brains can take or leave, but Man with Two Brains getting to see a clip there.
It should be called The Man with Two Cats.
Aww. That would be adorable. Duck Soup, that's the one that's going to be on Thursday, and then Friday doing a Mel Brooks film, The Producers.
Yes, Mel Brooks, that's now considered a super, super classic, but of course it bombed right away when it first came out. He had bombed, and all of a sudden Blazing Saddles came out and was like a hit, and sort of that's what he got famous for. But The Producers, there it is, Gene Wilder, Zero Mostel. Young Gene Wilder, his first leading role, and of course this became a famous musical later, and so now it's even more famous because of the musical, but this is the movie without the music.
Now, another film that didn't do so well, but you said is one of your favorites of all time is The General. Why do you like that one?
The General, well, because it's Buster Keaton, which is sort of my all-time favorite comedian. He looks like a train, but that's him. And any guy who looks like a train, I love. He's the classic. Like I love Charlie Chaplin, but Buster Keaton was sort of more deadpan. He went for emotionless, and you know, there he is. And he's a brilliant physical comedian. He was so smart. Dave Foley and I always would talk. We'd be boring. We would ruin parties by talking about Buster Keaton. I'm trying to pronounce my T's this morning.
Hey, you're going to do well because this one is particularly hard to pronounce. Ishtar, that was named possibly one of the worst movies of all time. The studio hated it when it first came out, but you have included that to wrap up the festival on Sunday.
Yes, they are Warren Beatty, Dustin Hoffman. It cost $50 million in 1987, which would be like $250 million nowadays. So people couldn't believe that such a little comedy, because it's a little tiny comedy, why it cost so much money, because of their salaries, and the camels are expensive apparently.
You have to get professional camel wranglers. The camel union is very strong.
Those red fez hats cost a fortune. So
you have to rent them from the Shriners. So,
so people wanted to hate it. It was directed by one of my comedy idols too, and written Elaine May. But people just didn't want to like it. But I think. And I'm validating. Dave Foley agrees with me, and he was on News Radio. We think that it's a really underrated comedy.
Well, you've collected and assembled a really great group of films, and we can take in the entire festival again. Begins tonight, runs through Sunday, and that's happening at Cinematheque, correct?
Yes. And it's a wonderful little theater. They sell popcorn.
They do, and it is particularly delicious, actually, when you eat it in the Exchange District. And a very nostalgic feel to the whole theater there.
Yes. Exchange popcorn. Come and have some.
If you want more information about the Film Fest, go to our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. And Kevin, you're going to be sticking around for a little bit more because we're not done with you yet.
Yes, my car is broken, so I'm sticking around.
If you can give him a boost, stop by 8 Forks Market Road.
Thank you very much.
Take a quick break on BT, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much, Jenna. We're having some good jokes here with Mr. Kevin McDonald. You've seen him on Kids in the Hall. You were just telling us a little bit earlier on about a really fun film fest that you're doing. Kicks off tonight and runs for the weekend at Cinematech.
Yes.
You've assembled some of your favorites.
Yes. I'm sorry I'm not saying more than yes. Oh, that's more than yes.
There we go.
I've said more than yes now.
Now
I'm saying more than yes.
Yes. Well, in mere moments, we want to talk about Kids in the Hall because you guys are reuniting in the States for a really cool event. What's going on there?
Yeah, we're doing a comedy festival in Austin, Texas.
That's right. And we're going to find out some more details about the reunion of the guys and whether or not we'll be seeing them all together anytime soon here in Canada. That's coming up after a quick break here on Breakfast Television.
All right, guys.
Good morning and welcome back to Breakfast Television. Joined once again by Kevin McDonald of Kids in the Hall.
That's me!
Now, Kevin, a little bit earlier on, you were telling us all about Kevin Fest, the big film festival that kicks off tonight at Cinematech. We got the info on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. But let's chat Kids in the Hall if we can.
Yes, I've heard they're very good.
Well, you've heard correctly, and we've been looking forward to this because we understand that you are doing an event with Kids in the Hall in the U.S. coming up very soon, right?
Yes, yeah, that is absolutely true.
So you guys are doing a live show. What does the live Kids in the Hall show look like when you bring that to a stage?
It looks like a very attractive man in a dress.
Does it?
Yes. It's a sketch show. We're trying out new material, new sketches. We just did a new sketch show in Toronto. We met for a week. We wrote new stuff, and then we did like 5 sort of sneaky shows, or 5 sneak shows. I like to put a Y at the end of words. We did 5 sneak showsies, and we've got some good new material. Well, we think we're good. And we're bringing it to Austin, Texas for the Moon Tower comedy festival they have there. And we're going to try all this new stuff out, and then we're going to pick the best and maybe put a few greatest hits in, and then late summer, fall, maybe going on a tour.
That's what I was going to ask about. So you guys have met, you've got to put together this material, you're going to get to test it out in Texas, and then potential for maybe returning with the show to Canada?
Yeah, for sure. Coming to a city near you, though it's Winnipeg, so coming to a Winnipeg near you.
Perfect. Now, can I ask about what it's like when you guys do get back together, when you're working on the show?
Fighting, constant fighting.
Is it really? Who's the bad one?
No, I'm kidding. Oh, there I am. No, we're not. I was kidding. Especially as we get older, we get very, very nice with each other, and we laugh at each other's jokes, which never happened when we were in our 20s.
Well, when you're working on new material, new sketches, what kinds of things are you writing about? What kinds of things are you talking about now?
Well, yeah, we always talk about what's happening. So a lot of what we're writing about is aging. Aging. We have a lot of scenes about dying and aging. Like our last show 4 or 5 years ago, it was about having children and being like parents, and now it's late enough that we're a lot of aging and dying scenes, but they're funny, I swear.
Oh, well, I can't wait for the opportunity to check this out. And you have been busy as well doing a web series, correct?
Yes, I've done a couple web series, and I'm talking like I have more to say to the end of the sentence, but I have nothing, so I'll say
I was going to ask, because in the one that I'm referring to, you play a very nervous co-pilot on an airplane who is afraid of flying.
Yes.
Very funny stuff. How does working on a web show sort of like suit your comedy style?
Well, it's perfect because it's sort of like doing sketches. You have like 5 or 10 minutes to get your idea across. Your hook, be funny, do the character that you've chosen, and then get out. It's like a sketch comedy, so I'm very comfortable doing it. I'm very comfortable doing this too.
Oh, hey, look at us bonding, and that's what's happening today on Breakfast Television. Now, Kevin, I really appreciate you coming down here. You are doing the show in Texas. We can come in to hang out with you and see some of your movie favorites tonight at Cinematech for Kevin Fest, correct?
Yeah, come hungry because the popcorn is good.
We were talking about that earlier. Exchange District popcorn, the one that you buy in the actual theater, not the ones that you find scattered on the street.
And this star's a good movie. I promise. This star's a good movie. I think. I haven't seen it in 25 years. I don't know.
Kevin's assembled some of his favorites. If you want to check that out, you can go check that out starting off tonight at Cinematech. Details on our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. Kevin, thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much for being here when I came.
Well, I was happy to greet you. Take a little break on BT. We'll catch up with you after this.
There ain't a thing I face that's been too much for me. Happy
birthday, Jeremy. I'm Kevin McDonald, and I have a birthday surprise for you. I love you. I've loved you for years. I love your glasses. They're rimmed like a horn.
Isn't that sweet?
Well,
The Winnipeg Comedy Festival is once again underway, and CBC's getting in on the laughs for you. Mitch Peacock's bravely waded into one of the comedy centers of the city in Osborne Village. He joins us live from the Gas Station Arts Centre. Mitch?
Yes, you have to be very courageous to make your way in here with these people. There's a lot of dangerous things going on down here, Janet, but I'm going to do my best. I'm enjoying the block party here at CBC's having with the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. Got a couple of Winnipeg comedians with me as well. Ben Walker, Jordan Wellwood. They're part of the show this week. They're going to be in the Winnipeg show coming up on Friday night. And first and foremost, Ben, if you grow up in Winnipeg, you can be funny right here in your own hometown.
It's true. I'm actually from Regina, so it's even funnier. Then I moved here. It's even funnier. So yeah, no, you can be funny in the prairies. I mean, it's cold. We have nothing else to do except for laughs. So I mean, yeah, it's been. I enjoy it. It's fun.
It can't be easy for a Rider fan though in this city, can it?
No, in this city, I keep my allegiance close to my chest here. I don't. Yeah, go Riders. I was gonna say go Riders.
Carefully disguised with the Padres hat, I noticed. He didn't come in here with his Riders hat on. Jordan, what is it like, though, to be here in your hometown and trying to make a career in this line of work? Are there opportunities?
There are. Like, the scene has actually definitely grown over the past 5-6 years, where you can get up enough to actually get some experience and get some good opportunities. Like the Comedy Fest, obviously, is huge for us in this town, and I think it's like the second biggest festival in Canada. So we're lucky to actually be here when it happens. And
now, how tough is it when you want to get some reps in and get some experience and see what you got, and you got 5 buddies from your high school in the audience heckling you? Does that make it harder?
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. It's trial by fire. There's a different variety of shows in town, which is good. So you get some like really kind of low-end bar shows, and then there's big theater shows available as well. So
I got to get back to Ben because I'm a little concerned about this. You're in the Winnipeg show. Yeah. But you just confessed to being from Regina, and you said something about Riders or something. So what? How did you get into this show?
A lot of lies. I'll be who they want me to be. I'm from Winnipeg.
Can we see your documents?
I'm off the grid. I'm off the grid. Haven't paid taxes since '98, since I turned 18. But no, in the Winnipeg show, I mean, I started doing comedy here when I moved to Winnipeg. I'm a Winnipegger now, and yeah, just getting the Winnipeg show. I mean, it's like Jordan said, the Comedy Fest is kind of it's like our Grey Cup, Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? Like for local here, just getting to do shows with your friends that you've kind of come up with, and we see each other 2-3 nights a week. Just going over material or laughing at each other, or stealing jokes, the usual.
You do what you got to do. Yeah, exactly. And you're going to do it here Friday night, 7 o'clock. Yeah. We look forward to it. Ben, thanks very much. Jordan, great job. Nice to see you. Back to you.
Hey, thanks so much, Mitch. The Winnipeg Comedy Festival already making people laugh this year. It's going to keep doing so until things wrap up Sunday night. Mitch Peacock joins us live with a guest who can explain more about why it's so popular. Mitch?
It is incredibly popular, Janet. I'm here at the Gas Station Arts Theatre, and I am with Al Ray, who is the artistic director of the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. And Al, there's all kinds of evidence that you are forcing people to laugh over the course of this festival once again this year with some great performances. It must be exciting to be a part of it again.
Yeah, we're compelling them to do so, and they don't seem to be too resistant.
No, going right along
resistance is futile, as the board would say. Yeah, already we saw last night at the King's Head, sold out, just packed. So it looks like the venue will fill up this week, and coming up into the weekend we have the big galas, at the Pantages Playhouse, and they're always theme driven, and this year we've got a food theme, with Sandra Shamus. We've got a future show looking at the future first world problems, which we all kind of suffer from, and the key to observational comedy, and great show I've been looking forward to for a long time called Special Delivery. This is the one that Tom Green is emceeing on Saturday night, The Late Show. Comics with unique styles, and I started doing deadpan comedy, and so I always loved comedy with interesting kind of dynamic, and so if you like your comedy a little bit different, that's an amazing gala to see. But there's shows all week.
And once again, the festival has something for everyone. And you made a kind of a suggestion to me prior to coming on the air about making sure you can get into what you want to see by coming down here. Tell us about what you need to do to get tickets.
I was just going to, I've lived here long enough to know Winnipeggers love a bargain, and if you want to avoid the service charges, whatever they call the extortion they put on tickets, you can come down here and you can purchase tickets, and you're not paying any extra convenience fees and so on here at the theater. Plus we have the programs and the schedules and the staff to kind of help you decide what show sort of fits your pocketbook and your comedy interests. So I would say come down to the gas station during the day all this week, and we're happy to help you out.
Everything you need right here. Thanks, Al.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, back to you, Jenna.
Thank you. Well, the next time. Well, it seems the long winter has left us all in need of a good laugh. Luckily, the Winnipeg Comedy Festival has kicked off, and CBC is having a block party at the Gas Station Arts Centre tonight to celebrate. Our Mitch Peacock is there, and he joins us now live.
It's been pretty busy around here getting set for another night of the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. The Gas Station Arts Centre is the place to be, or at least one of them. If you want to know just exactly what's going on with this Winnipeg Comedy Festival, a good person to talk to is Al Ray. He's one of the directors of this event, and he's going to join us in about 10 minutes' time to talk about galas, to talk about themes, to talk about all the things that you need to know so you can make your choices for this year's festival.
Thank you, Mitch. Well,
we are right in the middle of the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. It runs until Sunday, and one of the headliners is Jen Grant. She's with us right now. Thanks for coming in. I'd say you're the headliner. You've done 9 shows. I mean, what's with that?
I know, it's crazy.
You're trying to like burn out?
I don't want to, but I care about Winnipeg. I just want to make you laugh.
Well, I see that, and you're dressed appropriately. I see you're wearing a sweater. You know, you come to Winnipeg in April. Some people don't know what to expect, but you did.
Oh, I know. Well, it's been a really long winter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I do notice about is it is really windy here, isn't it?
Oh, very.
It is. Like the other day, by the way, here's a tip for women. Don't go out on a windy day with lip gloss on. It's not good.
No?
No. I went out for a coffee. I came back, I had a quarter, a twig, and a chihuahua stuck to my lips.
You really layer it on, do you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really layer. It's a thick layer.
There you go.
Hello, Winnipeg. Yeah.
Hey, tonight's show is called Food, Glorious Food. How do you mix in the comedy with the food?
It's an interesting question because I actually really love food. And sometimes it's hard to write jokes about things you love. Because I remember hearing a quote from Lorne Michaels from Saturday Night Live that he says that comedy is complaining with charm. And that makes sense, right? Because it's easy to make jokes about things you don't like. For me, anyways. So I love grocery shopping, I like cooking, I like food, I love it. I love eating out. So it was a challenge, but it ended up being really fun.
You know,
and I think it's funny. I think it's, you know.
Oh, I'll take your word for that. You're a funny woman. Now, I assume you're on the road a lot, so you're probably eating out a lot. When you're in a certain city, do you actually take the time to try to find an interesting place to eat, or you just hit the fast food?
Definitely, because not only do I like good food, but I also want to feel good, and the road is really hard on your system. Because, like, you know, you're not sleeping in your own bed. It's harder to get in your workouts, stuff like that. So just to be able to eat something good. So last time I was here, actually, before I came to do the festival last time, a local had recommended Boone Burger to me.
Oh, yeah?
And it's really good. And it's hard to make, like, I'm impressed that they got a second location now. It's a vegan restaurant because most people don't like vegans.
No.
Yeah, they're mad.
We have
vegans.
a huge hatred for vegans.
Oh yeah, vegans.
Vegans. I can't even say it. No.
You don't like it so much you won't even pronounce it right. You're like, forget it. They're not even getting the word. They're not getting it.
Well, I am a meat eater, but are you vegan, or you just like to dabble in that?
I'm not vegan, but I feel like I like eating. I like having a meal without having to kill an animal.
Very nice.
So there, I put it out there.
A caring comedian as well.
Well, I am. Well, I just, you know what? If it feels good to eat wholesome food like that, and I'm impressed. And I'm not saying I don't like meat. I do, but I'm impressed that a restaurant has been able to open up a second location vegan.
Yeah, purely.
I can't even get my friends to go to a vegan restaurant with me because I've tried to do that before. They get mad.
Well, maybe that says something about your friends.
Yeah, good point. I'm moving to Winnipeg. Let's hang out.
There you go.
Okay.
I like this. All right, now tell me about when you're at home. Do you actually enjoy the cooking process? You said you like enjoying buying the groceries, but what about the cooking part?
Yeah, I do. I used to host a cooking show, actually.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So what's your specialty?
Good question. I probably something to do with pasta. Like I love chicken cacciatore. I can whip that up pretty good. I can do a mean stir fry. These are not. I'm not maybe like Master Chef quality, but I'm a good home cook.
All right.
I think I have good instincts. You know, it's sort of a passion. I love cooking. Do you cook?
Very seldom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave that to the experts. Now, getting back to the show tonight, can you give us a little taste of maybe what to expect?
Well, you got a little taste of the vegan thing. 'Cause that's true. I did try to.
But I'm a meat eater. I want more. I want to be full.
Yeah, I know. No, I get it. But I don't know. Come to the show. It's going to be good. I don't want to give away all my jokes.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, we got the vegan one down. I'm sure you have a whole sleeve full of jokes. Thanks for coming to Winnipeg. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for making time for us as well.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to check in the weather right now. Terry, what do you have for us? More wind?
Just got it. Well, besides the comedy festival here in town, this Saturday it is the Ultimate Women's Show, and that is at the Assiniboia Downs. And it will feature fashion, makeup, hair, you name it, they will have it for you ladies. So once again, it is the Ultimate Women's Show. But I might say that the Ultimate Women's Show is at the Comedy Festival, Winnipeg Comedy Festival, the No Bro Show featuring Jen Grant and a bunch of funny other gals. First, I think that it's so cool that Elle actually coordinated a show with no guys, because we all know guys in comedy, well, they fit like two people together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, because the more you point out that there's not very many females, it's good. You celebrate the females, but you also further perpetuate the fact that they're different.
Yeah.
Which is, for me, I'm a minority, and so it's always a thing. It's like I'd wish there wasn't even a thing. You know what I mean? I wish we could just have a show like, oh, there just happens to be more women on a show, and it's not a woman's show. It's like we're just comics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think there's also something really great about celebrating women. Like, check out these women. We're a minority, and we're doing it, and we're really good,
It's almost like that Helen Reddy story, our song, I am ready, hear me roar.
Yeah.
I just find that now, I think funny women are saying it like it is, and it's, I don't know, I'm embracing it. I love it. And again, you laugh with the guy, you laugh with the girl.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think when I notice women laughing in the audience, usually it takes a confident woman to sit and just laugh. It's not just confidence. I think our nature is to care about other people around us all the time. So when you look in a crowd, sometimes like a young woman, if I try to do like girl power jokes or, women, and they're kind of like, like if you're in your early 20s, you're like, I don't know. And then you're looking at your boyfriend to see if he's laughing, make sure he's laughing, then you laugh. And so, I don't know. I think first and foremost, I think we're all human. You know what I mean? That's what my message is. It's like, we're all just people. Like, who cares? Female, male, we all experience life. We have a slightly different experience because obviously my perspective is going to be from a woman's perspective, but we have more in common than we have different. That's what I think. But, yeah.
And for you now, I guess when you're on stage, I give you all the credit, because to stand on stage by yourself and deliver your routine and engage the audience, and you don't know who's going to be laughing. Does it get easier, Jen, or every night it's the jitterbugs?
I don't even think about that stuff anymore. I really don't, because if you go to your head, it gets you in trouble. You just have to be and be present, and like trust that you don't get in your own way. Don't let yourself get into your head too much, because when you're being creative, this can be your enemy. If you start thinking, I wonder if they're gonna laugh at this, or what's the crowd like? One of the things most people, non-comics, say to me all the time is, how do you read your crowd? And of course, there's certain crowds you can't say certain things. You can't swear at corporate functions. If there's a lot of older people there, you want to be careful what you talk about. You should know your crowd, but ultimately, I think if you speak your truth, that resonates really strong with everybody, because not everybody's going to have the exact same experience as you, but if you're authentic, it's like any art, right? If you're really authentic, people gravitate to that because they identify as it's something very genuine.
And I have to say, to have the gift of laughter, make people laugh, as hard as it may sound, it is a real gift in this day and age, because boy, it feels good to laugh.
Oh, it's very therapeutic. When do you go and spend an hour and a half concentrated just laughing? It never happens in life. It's really good for you. Yeah.
So where do you want to take this?
Well, where I am right now is pretty good. It's really good. Yeah. I have a career telling jokes and writing jokes. It's pretty cool. I'm close to it, so I'm used to it. But when people are like, you do this as a job? That's all you do? And I'm like, yeah, that is weird. I pay my rent with writing jokes. It's pretty awesome. I'm writing a book.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of a humorous self-help book, so that'll hopefully be published within the next year. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Writing a book. A lot more than I thought.
Well, speaking of self-help, how has this humor and being a comedian helped you?
It's helped a lot. I think that in my experience, there's no separation really. Like, you have to figure out your voice as a comic. To be a really good comic, you have to figure out what your voice is, what you want to say up there. It's not just enough, at first, it's enough just to make them laugh, because you're like, that's all I want to do. And then as you do it longer and longer, it isn't, to me, I'm an artist, like I'm trying to find who I am. Yeah. So if you find out who you are on stage, you're kind of finding out who you are too as a human. As deep as that sounds, it's true. I mean it. Yeah. Like, I really mean it. The more I figure out about myself, the funnier I get, because then I'm being the closest I can be to myself, you know? And in return, more fulfilled in life, no doubt. Yeah, you find the happy place. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Yes. I'm sure everybody can relate to that. So, no, I think stand-up's great for that. And then, I mean, I'm all heavy about that deep stuff, but I also have a lot of really silly jokes too, and I think it's just really fun to be silly. Like, I wish I need to be more silly, you know. I think we all do. Like, be like kids. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't even have to say what words of wisdom do you have, because girls out there that, you know, want to be a comedian, go for it. Great advice. Just find your own voice. Congratulations on this great career, and we love you, and have a great run here at the Comedy Festival, Jen.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can check out when Jen is performing at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. Go to the website, winnipegcomedyfestival.com. We're going to head into a break, and after the break, we'll talk with local funny guy Steve Sim, plus a lot more, and a special event happening at the Punjab Cultural Center. That's all coming up after the break. Welcome back to Go Winnipeg. We are outside of the Gas Station Arts Center, and once again, it's the block party. It's the kickoff for the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, and Derek Edwards was sick, so I found a stand-in.
I'm the
just
next
coming
best
back
thing.
from Mex.
I'm the next best thing.
Oh, you are?
Derek Edwards, right underneath him is me.
Yeah, Stephen Sim, and he's local, so I said, okay, you begged and you pleaded to get on.
I want to be on TV.
And then you take off to Max.
Well, yeah. I thought you said, let's do it at Max. And so I started to go to Max Milk, right there on...
Max Convenience Store.
I don't know what it's called. But I'm on TV.
You are.
Because it's the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. It's happening. It's really happening.
It is. It's like the best of the best here. And
yes,
you've got fans.
There's fans driving by. Everyone's just driving by. They want to know what's going on here, and it's the Winnipeg Comedy Festival.
So we want to know what's going on with you for the festival.
Well, tonight, let's say tonight, because it's Thursday night right now, in the magic of the DNTO is doing a live taping right here at the Gas Station Arts Center, right on the stage. You can watch the magic of radio unfold live on stage with your eyes. Usually you just get to experience it with your ears. It'll be with your eyes and your ears.
How much more exciting will it be with your eyes, radio?
You'll be able to see what the faces look like when they say the words that come out of their mouths. Where the radio, you imagine what they look like. Here in the show, you'll be able to see how beautiful they are as well.
Okay, that's quite fascinating. But I hear that you are hosting a lot of events too as well.
Yeah, I'll be introducing every single show here at the Gas Station Arts Center because, well, the Gas Station Arts Center is pretty much the coolest theater in Winnipeg, right?
And your face is on there too, along with Lee's.
My face, Lee's face, and my face is right there on the theater. So that's how much they have to. They were like, well, let's use Derek Edwards. And then they were like, wait a second, he'll probably be sick. And Steve, your face is already on the theater. Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyways, for you though, Steve, to be amongst all this talent every year, it's always refreshing. It's always like you get rejuvenated.
It's just an exciting time to be in Winnipeg because there's so much going on. There's so much funny happening, and everyone's coming in and being great and funny, and it's a great time to be alive.
It is a great time to be alive here in Winnipeg. It is the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. Go to winnipegcomedyfestival.com for all the shows. And you know what? Please say hi to Steve. He needs more fans. He really does.
I do. Please say hi to me.
Yes, please, please. Well, we will continue on with Go Winnipeg. Hey, we're just going to head out to the Punjab Cultural Center on King Edward. Have you been there before?
No, I haven't.
Well, you should go because they're having a great event this Sunday. We'll have more with that. But right now in sports, Al has this story on a high school. Well, let's just say they have the top sports teams. And I bet you've never heard of them before. Here's Al with the story.
For years and years, people have been debating which is better, improv comedy or stand-up comedy. Improv being spontaneous and in the moment, stand-up being sort of rehearsed and thought out with using words like literary poets. So this will be the final conclusion, the proof of who is truly the best.
Stand-up, of course, on TV, a little bit more of the sellouts, I think, and improv is a little bit more underground. You got to see it live. It's, it's a little bit cooler, but, we're going to have Winnipeg audiences come to the gas station theater and truly laugh it out and just see who exactly reigns supreme. It's like those new cooking shows,
It's a lot like those cooking shows, except no one's going to be voted off.
No.
Everyone will win. It's like the difference between champagne and beer. Which one do you prefer?
Yeah, like everyone loves beer, but champagne's fancy.
It's pretty classy. And frankly, you don't want stand-up on your birthday. You want champagne improv on your birthday, don't you?
Yeah. The show is Saturday, February 22nd, right here at the Gas Station Arts Center, right in the heart of Osborne Village.
And tickets are $12, which is nothing in this town for entertainment. And we're going to have great guests with us. We'll have John B. Duff, Ben Walker, old ball coach, Paul Rabalowskis, Dan Robertson, and of course Leif Ingebrigtsen will be playing the music for us.
Yes, he's gonna make up the music. I believe he's gonna make it up. He's gonna improvise the music.
He has to. It's the law.
Yeah. So great stand-ups, great improv, great times, great.
All right here at the Gas Station Arts Center.
They're smarter than the average bear. Yogi Bear is always in the ranger's hair. At a picnic table you will find him there.
Good morning and welcome back to Breakfast Television, 8:49 on your Friday morning. Thank you so much for spending it with us. Well, we're joined now by actor Tom Cavanaugh, who is in town for the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, and I'd like to introduce you to the folks here watching BT. Good morning.
Morning, Drew. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're going to talk about the Comedy Festival in just a minute, but I should welcome you back to town.
Thank you.
Because Winnipeg's a place where you actually spent a little bit of time doing a mini-series, correct?
I did. I feel like I haven't earned any badge of honor because we didn't film through the winter, but we were here for spring, summer. We filmed the miniseries called Capture of the Green River Killer, where for some reason Winnipeg doubled for the Pacific Northwest. But I'm grateful that they did. I just had a tremendous time here, especially with the people. Made a number of friends here, and very, very grateful to be invited back.
Well, on our license plates, it does say Friendly Manitoba.
It does say Friendly Manitoba, and I found that to be true.
And you saw us at the very best months of the year, which explains why you were tricked back into coming in April as a host for the Winnipeg Comedy Festival.
Yes, it's very, I landed and I thought, well, it's spectacular. It's just tremendous and beautiful. I heard you might get socked in a little bit.
Yeah. Winter 2.
Sorry to bring that up. Winter 2.
Yeah,
the return of winter.
Yeah, sequels are never as good as the first one. So we had a really bad first one.
I know. This was an old school winter. This winter.
So let's talk about your role with the Winnipeg Comedy Festival this time around as a host.
Yeah, I'm doing a little hosting because a lot of big name Canadians passed on the gig. And, and I was next in line. Yeah, Howie Mandel, Martin Short, Matthew Perry, just a bunch of guys, and I'm grateful. And I come and I work really cheap, so it's a perfect fit.
I'm gonna ask about this because you're an actor, not necessarily a comedian, but you're having to introduce comedians. Is there the pressure to try to be funny to impress these guys who are on stage, or are you just worried? Like,
Drew, I leave that up to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have for me, as an actor, you write the line, I say the line, and I get all the credit. It's just fantastic. But the comedian, there's no safety net, and if they blow it, there's no take two. I think they're very, very brave human beings, and I leave their act up to them. I'm happy if they get all the laughs.
I see. Leaving it to the professionals. Like when you go to the dentist and you don't floss
beforehand. Or like when I go to the
Let
brain surgeon. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
We're quickly running out of time here, but a couple of things that I want to ask about.
It's a fast breakfast clip.
I know. Well, you have so many things on the go. I just found out about The Flash, the Arrow spinoff, and your character. That's something that's going to be coming up, but also doing new TV work as well, correct?
I'm doing a television show, currently doing a television show called The Following, or otherwise known, it's on Fox. It stars this guy called Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Little plugger. Hopefully he'll make his way in the entertainment world at some point.
Another Canadian, Sean Ashmore, I believe.
Sean Ashmore, tremendous guy. Yeah, Canadian. He's Very, very talented human being, very, very nice guy. Yeah, the following is a bit of a stab fest, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
I've just got into that on Netflix too, very, very good show.
I won't give anything away.
No spoilers, that's what we like. As well, if we want to keep current on what's going on and what's funny in your life, also we can check out your podcast, right?
Yes, Mike and Tom Eat Snacks, wherein my friend Mike Liam Black, a comedian, and I sit down every week and pick a snack, eat a snack, and rate a snack. It might sound like bad audio, but it's what we found is that the world loves snacking, Drew.
Hey, it gives us some inspiration on what we should be putting in our lunch bags. Tom Cavanaugh, thank you so much for making
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
We're going to take a quick break on BT. More coming up later on City.
On and on. 8:15, we're talking about the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. We have TV funny man Tom Cavanaugh. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in.
Chris, I'm happy to be here. I'm also happy that you called me TV funny man.
There you go, TV funny man. You know what? I say that because
TVfunnyman.com.
When we were talking, you're like, I'm not a comedian at all. What do you mean by that?
Well, most of the guys, I have friends who do that world, you know, where they stand up on stage and go, hey, welcome Winnipeg. Okay, so hey, how about the airplane food? You know, and I'm kind of like, I find that terrifying. I find that, you know, they're like, what I do as an actor, somebody writes the lines, and if I don't blow it, everyone thinks, he's really good. It's good.
They credit
but
you.
Yeah, sure. And I didn't do anything. I just said it. You know, I hit my mark and I said my lines. And the comedians, they're like working without a safety net. They're writing their own stuff, and then if they blow it, there's no take two. You know, they're just quiet,
crickets,
deadly quiet.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So every time my friends go up on stage and do that kind of thing, I always like,
you kind of get the tight feeling in the stomach. Well, you know what? You're then a vessel for delivering great writers' comedy. Tell me though, what's going on at the Winnipeg Comedy Fest? Why would they invite a guy in who's not funny up here? Come on, you got something.
Work cheap. A bunch of Canadian personalities turned down the gig. I want to thank Matthew Perry, and I want to thank, just go down the list, Martin Short, you know, all the guys that said no to this gig. I'm 106 on the list, after a guy called Stephen Dowling, who played a referee in Slapshot, some actor somewhere, and he's 106 and I was 107.
So, okay, well, you made the cut. That's
made the cut.
We're glad you're in Winnipeg.
Glass half full.
We're glad
I'm
you're in
happy
Winnipeg.
to be in Winnipeg.
You know, you're Canadian.
Of course I'm Canadian.
You know, worked in the States for a long time.
I have.
Do you see any like subtle differences in the comedy between Americans and Canadians? We're so close culturally, but I mean, there's differences in some aspects of life. Is comedy one of them?
It's interesting. Just to get serious for a moment, I think Canada has really, and Canadian comics have really branded themselves as being incredible. You know, there's a long list, you know, back before even SCTV and all those guys came out and women came out there. They have a reputation as being tremendous. You know, it doesn't mean that the States are not tremendous, but I feel like we're a superior nation, and our hockey teams are superior. And so,
I'll give you that.
Except for in this playoff season.
Yeah, one Canadian team's going to make it. But hey, other than that, we'll go Olympic hockey.
Yeah, Olympic hockey. That's sort of what I was going for.
That's what we'll stick to.
Yeah, let's stick to the gold.
You're a busy man. I mean, not only are you emceeing gigs here in Winnipeg, you know, you got TV pilots, you're in a TV show. You also do a podcast. Tell us about that.
I do. So I'm glad you brought that up. It's a little shameless huckstering. I do this podcast called Mike and Tom Eat Snacks with the comedian Michael Liam Black, who he's a very funny man. You can follow him on Twitter. It's annoying. You know this Twitter thing, right?
Oh, I know it.
I've got like maybe 2 followers. He has 2 million.
Ooh,
yeah, it's a source of disgust. But I say between the two of us, we have over 2 million followers.
There you go.
So we do this. So we used to work together on a television show, and our favorite part of the day was always lunch. And we thought, well, if we want to do a podcast together, and we thought, well, what's the thing we like to do? We like to sit and eat. So every week we sit down for 30 minutes, we pick a snack, we eat the snack, we rate the snack. Sometimes we don't ever even get to talking about the snack because it's really a forum for just being idiotic. But what we have found is that people in the world love snacking. Initially we thought, well, this is just the dumbest idea I've ever heard. No one's going to watch this or listen to this podcast, but it kind of took off. And now we've got like all the big companies like Pop Chips, Kraft, all these people sending us snacks to rate. And we're like, you know, we're going to rip you, right? And they're like, yeah, we don't care.
Any advertising?
Exactly right. Exactly right. So it's called Mike and Tom Eat Snacks. It's on iTunes and Nerdist, the Nerdist website. And it's a fun way to waste time.
What's a follow-up website or a podcast to that? Is it Mike and Tom work out? Because their waistline's got to be expanding.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
You don't worry about the figure.
Yes, Mike and Tom are unhealthy and pasty and with real health problems. Yeah.
Now, you know what really put you on the map was a TV show, Ed. Do you still find you get recognized for that, even though it's, you know, kind of been off, well, original run for years?
Yeah, there's a certain demographic that, first off, I don't think that show would ever go now. It's a very small show about a guy who goes back to his hometown. You know, there's no blood, there's no CSI stuff, there's none of that kind of stuff that seems to be the thing these days. But we're grateful to the people that kept us on the air for 4 years. It definitely, you know, get hailed for that sometimes, like you're walking around a store, you're like, hey, Ed! You know, and Scrubs as well for the younger demographic. There's a bunch of like young people running around.
You know,
that show.
You mentioned it wouldn't have worked today, a TV show like Ed. I mean, you've been in the business a while, but not like, you know, 50, 60 years here. You're not that big of a veteran. What I'm getting at is, has TV changed so much since you've got into it? Like, is it hard for you to believe, like, the evolution of it?
I would say 100% yes. When we started, there were seasons to it. There was largely, when I started, you know, the boys were just coming home from the Second World War when I started, and we had 4 major networks, and there was like a bunch of, you know, and now cable has hijacked quality programming, and there are 257 outlets, and it's just a very, pilot season doesn't really exist the same way. It's just a very, very different world, and you have to have immediate success. And I think when people are picking up shows, they're like, he does what? He bowls? No, that's crazy. Get out of my room.
Yeah, it's not gonna fly.
Exactly. It's not going to fly. It's insane.
Well, you know, all right, the very unfunny Tom Cavanaugh tonight at Pantages Playhouse starts around 9 o'clock. I'm just joking. Thanks a lot for coming
Chris,
in.
happy to be here.
Love
Thank
your
you very
work.
much.
Thanks a lot for
Cheers,
stopping by. Right now, we're going to check out the weather situation. Terry, what's in store for us?
Musician funny man Tom Cavanaugh is in town for the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. This morning, he shared with CTV Morning Live why he doesn't consider himself to be a comedian.
What I do as an actor, somebody writes the lines, and if I don't blow it, everyone thinks, he's really good. It's good.
They credit you.
Yeah, sure. And I didn't do anything. I just said it. You know, I hit my mark and I said my lines. And the comedians, they're like working without a safety net. They're writing their own stuff, and then if they blow it, there's no take 2.
You can catch Tom Cavanaugh hosting the Future Gala tonight at the Pantages Playhouse Theatre.
I love being in Winnipeg, actually. I love Winnipeg.
Where you can catch Tom Green and other comedians this weekend in Winnipeg.
Canadian comedian Tom Green is back in his home and native land this weekend at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival.
We've got a great show at the Pantages Theatre. Come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do some stand-up comedy, and I love being in Winnipeg, actually. I love Winnipeg.
The Ottawa native will host the Special Deliveries Gala featuring comics with unique deliveries. That's Saturday night at the Pantages Playhouse Theatre at 9:15 p.m.
TV magic happening right now?
Yeah, hi, how are you, Winnipeg? How's everyone doing? What's going on? This is a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time here today at the Comedy Festival. Come on down to the Comedy Festival, to the Pantages Theatre. We're going to do some comedy.
There you go, Tom Green.
Yeah,
You've heard
that's
it.
it.
Right
That's
now.
all. That's all we got.
That's it, and that's
No.
a stand-up act.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 years ago, I talked to you in front of Rumors, and you were just going to get into stand-up comedy, or
Was
back
it?
into it. Yes.
Was it 3 years ago?
3 years ago. How was it?
Just got into it, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know
Getting
if it
back
was
to it.
just got into it 3 years ago.
Okay, getting
I sort of
back
started
to
about
it.
25 years ago. Yeah.
All right. Okay, but what have you been doing since?
And so I started doing stand-up comedy when I was like 15 years old in Ottawa, Canada.
Yes.
And I love doing stand-up comedy. It's a lot of fun. But the last, like, you know, I think it was more than 3 years ago. I think it was about 6 years ago. So I've been touring pretty much nonstop for the last 6 years, all around the world. And
You did make a pit stop in Winnipeg.
it's driving me crazy. It's driving me completely crazy. You know, when I woke up this morning, I didn't know where the hell I was. And then I remembered I was in Winnipeg, and I was like, all right, yeah. So it's cool, but no, it's good. I'm having a good time with it, and it's good to be here at the festival. And how's everyone doing? How you guys doing? What's going on? You want to be on TV or no? You sure? Come on, get on the thing. Anyone else want to be on the show? Anyone want to be on the show?
They're all turning
Come
away.
on.
Another thing too, a talk show. I heard that
Yeah.
you got
What's that?
a talk show.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing a talk show now on Access TV, which is really fun network in the United States of America, and I've interviewed a lot of cool people on there. It's a lot of fun, and I've been interviewing comedians and really cool people. We built a studio in Burbank, and you can watch some of the clips of the show. The show doesn't actually air everywhere in Canada, but it is on my website. You can watch clips of it on tomgreen.com. And we've had great guest people like Dan Rather and Norm MacDonald and Andrew Dice Clay and all sorts of cool people like that. So,
What's been your most memorable moment? And what is it like being on my side?
oh, it's fun. I love it. Well, you know, I've been doing the interviewing people for quite a while, and television is something I love. You know, I was television. Hi, how are you? Hi, want to be on the show? Come on, want to be on it? No?
Yeah, they all love you.
Yeah, they're nervous. The people walking by, we're in the lobby here of the Fairmont Hotel in Winnipeg, and the people walking by. Hey, this guy wants to be on, huh? You want to be on, right? How you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Hi. You want to be on the TV? There you go. Look, say hi to everybody. There you go. What are you guys doing? You doing some homework?
Praying for debate.
What's that?
Praying for debate.
For debate. What are you debating?
Whether the party leader should be elected by caucus or by the people.
Oh, really? What do you think it should be? Go with caucus. Party leader should be elected by caucus. I don't know if that's true, but it's just fun to say caucus. Caucus. Yeah. Just fun to say caucus in front of a lot of people, you know? All right, cool.
You should have taken over David Letterman's job. I think you'd have my vote.
Yeah? Why don't you make a phone call?
I will. I'll go call Dave.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome back.
Great to be here. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. No, it's good. Check out the new show on the YouTube channel and on the website.
Saturday night gala.
And come out to the gala Saturday night. Great to be here in the murder capital of Canada.
All right. Well, you know what? That's a wrap for Go Winnipeg, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on Shaw TV.
All right.
Memory lane. Yeah, memory lane.
Oh, Ben, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
Shall we bring out the guests?
We should.
Just like old times.
Old times. Good times.
Just like old times.
Bring them out.
Okay, so our guest this evening, it's a very funny gentleman. Actually, someone just, we gotta not do that now. Very funny gentleman who has actually performed on The Tonight Show, The Real Tonight Show, and finds himself now in the loins of this lovely one. Give it up for my man, Bruce Clark.
You made it. You made it. You got it. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. People, what a time. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. I got some height on you guys right here. That's nice.
It's not a new couch.
Allow me to...
I can smell that.
Okay, Bruce.
Yes.
Now, you are originally from Winnipeg.
I'm from Winnipeg, yes. Yeah.
And you do not live here anymore.
I don't live here anymore. And, you know, people often brag about people who are from Winnipeg, like you know, we got Burton Cummins and you got Randy Bachman and Mayor Cates, and they all have in common, none of them live in Winnipeg.
So say, who's bragging about the mayor?
Well, no, I don't brag. No, the mayor. Don't even get me started on the mayor.
I kind of liked you. That sounds exciting.
Yeah. If I found out I had terminal cancer tomorrow and only had 6 weeks to live, I would actually kill the mayor. I have a list of people that I keep a list.
Wow.
Not a figurative list. I have a list.
Yeah.
And I write their name down, and I move them around sometimes, you know, and then I go to the doctor. He says there's nothing wrong with you, and then I add more people to the list. So, you know, that's what I do. I'm homicidal. I'm not suicidal. I'm homicidal. Yeah. So anyway, so go ahead, do your job. Ask me some questions. What do you want to know?
So what brings a murderer like yourself to Winnipeg?
Oh, I came to Winnipeg as it is the murder capital of the world. Well, we're here for the Comedy Festival, of course. The Winnipeg Comedy Festival starts officially today.
Yeah.
Woo! It's nice to see that this show is on the, it's not really officially part, really, but it's on the periphery of the Comedy
hang out
Festival.
on the fringes.
No, it's good. No, it's
Yeah.
good. I think this is, you guys do a terrific job here. So yeah, I'm here for the festival. I'm doing a few shows. I'm doing a debaters on Saturday against Derek Edwards, and I'm debating
Against Derek?
Derek Edwards.
Fantastic.
A hilarious comedian. You should see him.
And the debate is Winnipeg is a treasure of a city, and I'm debating against it. So
that's easy
I have to go up with the net in front of 1,000 people.
He's not even from here, though.
No, he's not from here, but well, this is the irony. And I have to basically get up and convince 1,000 Winnipeggers that Winnipeg's a hole. You know what I mean?
And have you done debaters before?
Oh, I've done it, about 10 times, yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah, so.
Looks like it. I mean, I would. I listen to it all the time.
No, I know. And then, so, the thing is, you have to have talent. And, and assure yourself confidence. You have to be a professional.
Probably sweat less.
Sweat less, yeah. Professional.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
You've also been working on the Bill Patch one-man show.
Bill with the show. Yeah, I'm going to sort of drag
Actually, at Frame Arts Warehouse at the Purple Room, you guys have been working in here,
Yes,
right?
we've been working here, getting it ready and getting it, tuned up and honed, and it's a really great story. If anybody hasn't seen it, on, I believe it's Wednesday night at the Gas Station Theater, he's going to perform the show at 7 o'clock, and so come to that for sure, because Bill's got a great story of being a
What kind of
filthy
stuff were you-
thief. Hey?
What kind of work are you doing with it?
What kind of what?
What kind of work are you doing on the show?
Well, I guess you could say I'm directing it. I'm just helping him with some directing notes and helping him rewrite it and get rid of the things that we don't need, and just helping him hone it and tune it up.
Get all honed.
Honed, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you nervous? Do I make you afraid? What's the matter? I'm from Elmo, but
I was processing.
He doesn't know what a hone means.
I was processing. I was gonna say you're a real honer, but I didn't know if I should say it at this show. So you know what, Dan? Here we are now.
The instinct. We're trying to take the high road. I've been trying to be sophisticated here.
It took me like a split second.
So funny.
And I did.
It's gonna be
That's why I thought about it. I was like, I should probably do that, but then it took me a second. The gears were turning. I apologize, everyone.
Just have a conversation. Don't try to force the comedy down. That's important.
Oh my God.
Just try to be natural. If it's organic, the audience will enjoy it if it's organic. They can sense when you're trying to shove something in a, so.
All right, Bruce. So luckily we're getting the wrap it up sign here. So
who's So somebody's actually good and you get rid of him? Hey, this guy's really funny. Let's get him off the show.
No, Bruce, no. You're a fine man.
That's why you got to show in a back alley in the middle of Winnipeg. Let's get some guys on. Let's drag that out for hours. That'll be better. What the hell does that matter?
We actually did need signs.
I'm moving back here. I'm going to take this job.
Just so long as I can get you coffee. I don't know.
Right,
anyway,
well,
Bruce Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
Festival. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back with Reverend Rambler. Gentlemen, thank you once again. We've had a great time tonight. Bruce Clark, everybody.
Thank you very much.
We want to thank, first and foremost, the Winnipeg Comedy Festival for hosting the evening, and then also our sponsors, which are the Frame Arts Warehouse, also the Purple Room this evening, and the King's Head Pub. Bruce Clark, is there anyone you would like to thank or anything else you would like to say this evening?
No, I'm a narcissist, so I just think I've done everything myself. No, Al, my good friend Al Ray at the Comedy Festival for bringing me back, and you for doing this. No, I'm seriously speaking. You guys do a great job. The sketches are really funny. The jokes are good. You should just keep doing it, and maybe Shaw could kick in a few bucks because I think that guy's got some money. That Shaw guy. Is he like one of the richest guys in the world or something?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Bruce. Old ball coach.
I just want to thank you
Did you
guys.
have fun?
Oh, I had a
What is
great
old
time.
ball coach? It makes no sense. Did you coach baseball? This makes no sense. Just make up a name. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I gotta be honest. It makes no sense to me.
Honestly, appreciate it.
What is old ball coach? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're like a Mickey Mantle or like some old baseball player.
I did give myself. I can't help. I got the nickname Old Ball Coach.
You gave it to yourself?
No, I did
Don't
not.
give yourself a
I did not
nickname.
give it to myself. Why would I live with myself if I gave it to myself? I
Were
couldn't
you
do
doing?
it.
You're wandering around the St. Amant Center and some guy yelled at you?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what
exactly what happened. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
It makes no sense.
Mystery solved. No, man. You don't get the story. You don't get the story.
It's story. There's no story.
Yeah, I was coaching underprivileged youth. I'm sorry.
So some
Sorry for volunteering. Sorry for volunteering.
There's my nickname.
Sorry for being a pillar of the community. Sorry for being a pillar. That's why I talk.
It's a nickname for And then you're driving home. You're gonna go home with the old ball coach.
Yeah, is that what?
Old ball coach.
I'm 10-2, Bruce. I'm 10-2 the whole time.
If you're good, if you know what I mean.
All right.
I like ending a joke on a pedophilia kind of thing. You know, I always feel it brings the room down.
I gotta say that made me endlessly happy. All right.
Anyway, okay, we're gonna
Our musical guest tonight features a bunch of Winnipeg's greatest musicians, in my opinion. They're fantastic dudes. I think I said that about you guys too, but you at home can be the judge. Give it up for Reverend Rambler. Woo!
Hi everyone, well finally something to smile about and laugh about. And it's not just the weather, it is the Winnipeg Comedy Festival happening right now in the Peg. We'll speak with some of the stars at the festival, but let's go to a local funny guy who also has some shows during the festival, Mr. Paul Rabliauskas.
I know we're on Shaw TV. Do you know what? Give it up for the black DJ in the back, too. One more time. Just make some noise. He's not even a real DJ. He's just a black guy that was walking outside. They're like, we need a DJ, man. He's like, I guess so, and he's killing it.
Great to meet you.
Oh, thank
I
you.
have one question, Paul.
Okay.
How do you pronounce your last name?
It's Rabliauskas. It's a Lithuanian, which is crazy because I do a lot of Aboriginal shows and I am from the reserve and stuff, and a lot of people are like, that's not Ojibwe. What is that? Whatever. It actually is Ojibwe. It means not quite. That's what it means. No, that's horrible.
I'm more of a borrow $20 from you and never pay you back kind of Indian. That's what kind of Indian I am. I changed my name on Facebook just so I don't have to pay you back kind of Indian. That's what kind of Indian I am.
My dad, he's from Ontario, and his dad came over to Canada from the war or whatever, and my dad moved to Churchill and was just working with like a bunch of carpenter companies, and he ended up on my reserve, and he met my mom, and long story short, you know, here we am in, 2013, just representing the Rabliauskas family hard. It's crazy, because in the reserve, there's like a lot of like, my brother has kids, and we have a family up there, so that's gonna be like, in 10 years, like a legit, like Aboriginal name on the reserve is Rabliauskas, so.
Settle down! Shouldn't have brought my kids.
I've always sort of been a loud guy. Like I've always, I just took an interest in comedy growing up and stuff. And I ran into an old high school friend, Scott Porteous, who also does comedy. We ended up talking, and he was doing shows, and he let me go on a couple shows and stuff. And I just started hanging out with comics, and it just more shows led to more shows and stuff. And 4 years later, whatever, 4 or 5 years later, it's all I do now. I'm sort of a living at it and stuff. So it's yeah, it's been a long journey, but it's been really good.
That's crazy. I know everything about you. I know how hard it is to be that fat. It's okay. It just gets worse, man. Like, there's a difference between, like, what fat people can do and what skinny people can do. Like, there's a difference, man. Like I'm a little overweight, and sometimes when I sneeze, I my pants a little bit.
The best comics, I think, they talk about their lives and what they know and stuff. Because I'm not like a typical comic, because I'm like I have a lot of friends that are comics in the city, and they write jokes down and they work on the material. I can't write. It's not like I just can't do it. So I just take things that I know from my life, and if it's funny, I'll remember it and I'll work on that and stuff. So
I don't know, I grew up traditional. It's smoky right now. I'm getting sweaty right now. I'm actually getting visions. Spirit visions. And you guys are like, what is it, a bear? What is an eagle? Do you know what my spirit animal is? It's giant tiger. What?
Definitely being Aboriginal and growing up, in a community, an Aboriginal community, and growing up in the North End and going to a predominant Aboriginal school, it just easily became something that people found relatable in Winnipeg. Because Winnipeg, everybody knows sort of, situations with Aboriginal people and stuff, especially nowadays with I Don't Know More in the news and all that. So people are aware of sort of you know, more what our culture is all about and stuff. So it's definitely something that Winnipeg has taken to, and it seems like it's worked on both sides, my side and, you know, non-Aboriginal people. Like my dad and my mom, we always went to ceremonies and stuff growing up, and I remember when things were sort of settled down at nighttime, all the guys would get together in a tent and they just like go off on like just adult jokes and stuff, and I was lucky enough to sit on a couple of those nights, man, and I just remember being like, man, that is so funny, and just I think that's a lot where that came from and stuff. So it's, yeah, Aboriginals, man, we'll laugh at anything, and it's my favorite shows are doing shows in front of my people, because it's like, I don't even have to prepare. We just start talking, and teasing's a big part of our culture, man. Like, if you want to hang out with me and my cousins and stuff, you got to be able to tease each other and like take it and stuff. So, and we get pretty harsh, and it's, but it's all love, man.
Oh, look at this young guy looking at me like, man, I want to be just like this guy. Look at him, he's so good. I'm not that good, man. They're like, look at this guy. Look, he has a brand new black t-shirt. Boy, he's good. It's not a brand new t-shirt. I turned it inside out. On the other side, there's a picture of Tupac. He has ketchup all over him. Tupac.
It's amazing that people actually listen and are taken to it. I can't believe it, man. It's one of the hardest things to do is the idea of to go in front of a bunch of strangers you don't know and try to make them laugh and make them feel good and stuff. And it's a challenge, and that's part of why I love doing comedy.
Mom and Dad proud?
Oh yeah, they're super proud of me all the time. It was weird. It took them a long time because I was bumming around. Like, it took me a while. I went back home to I was working up north on the reserve for a while, and they were really happy, and there was an opportunity to work up there full time a couple years ago, and I didn't take it, and I chose to pursue comedy, and I don't think they were happy at the time. And I remember I did a show at the Pantages. It was sold out, and it was amazing. It was on radio, and my mom, for the first time, she's like, well, you should really like look into this and try to get an agent and all this stuff, and, you know, book into shows. And I was like, yeah, finally, you know, so all the money I owe them or whatever, you know, I can hold off a little bit, I think. So to have them to be able to give me advice and stuff and have them to phone and stuff is really cool. Plus, whenever they come in the city, they always bring like food and stuff for me, so they don't get shot in the reserve or whatever. It's all good though. Yeah. What's up, Shaw Cable? I owe you guys a bunch of money too, man. I'm sorry about that. I'll be taking care of that right away, man. So just lay off Shaw or whatever.
But anyway, what I was trying to say is that if I can leave you with a message tonight, or a question, just something, or a statement or a question, something you guys just to leave you with behind, and that's, I need a ride home to the North End tonight.
Welcome back to Go Winnipeg. Yes, it is the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. We just saw a young local comedian, and now we have one of the veterans, the star of the show. No. John Wing, this is your 13th consecutive appearance here at the festival.
That's correct.
Well, we like to feel the love, but why is this festival hold such a dear spot in your heart?
Oh, well, because one of my best friends runs it, Al Ray, finest artistic director on earth. And I've always liked Winnipeg, and it's great to be able to come back every year.
Yeah, well, and thank you for bringing a little ray of sunshine from LA here. We're trying.
I do my best.
Yeah. All right, so I guess I was reading, and you do comedy on cruise ships, you do corporate affairs, you do stand-up festivals, you do radio shows, you do talk shows.
Occasionally.
Does it all just fall into one category of funny? Or is there different kinds of funniness?
Well, depends on how long they want you to do, what they want you to do. You have to break your act up into chunks, pieces of your act. Clubs have been harder lately because I've been breaking my act into 20 and 30-minute pieces for so many years on ships that doing a 50-minute cohesive piece has become very difficult. But I'm getting better at it, so.
Well, do you find that we all suffer from a little bit of ADD? Like we just can't sit still for longer than...
That's more the culture, I think. Yeah, we all suffer from distraction because in our culture there's a lot to distract us.
Yeah.
Hey, squirrel.
So, anything in store special for this festival?
For this festival, well, I'm doing a comedy series tonight at Rumors.
Sold out.
Is it? Oh,
yes.
Well,
it was hard to get a ticket.
I can get you in.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing the late gala, The Future, on Friday, and I'm doing a Debaters on Sunday.
The Future.
Yeah. Mine is the future of parenting.
Oh.
And children will be virtual. And
Thank God.
yeah, and the future of language. So I'm doing both
interesting.
those. Yeah.
So where do you see the future of language?
I see the deterioration and decay eventually leading us down to everyone talking like this.
That's already started.
Yes, it has.
Where is humor in all of this, John?
Where is humor?
Afraid. Yeah.
It's right up here, baby. It's right all in here. All in here.
And when are you going to unleash it to us?
Tonight at Rumors, 8 o'clock, sold out. Oh, you can't come. It's sold out. I'm sorry. I can get you in.
Okay, me?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, we're so happy to have you back.
Yeah, it's always great to come back. And the weather is beautiful today.
It is.
Get outside, Winnipeggers. Wear shorts.
Get active. John Wing, you can also see him, like he said, Friday night late gala and the debaters on Sunday because his show is sold out tonight.
Hooray.
Yes, for him. Anyways, don't go away. Still more to come up on Go Winnipeg. Jessica Cable has this story on a very unique Mums and Kids Club.
And then on June 11th, 2011, I decided to take my new bike out and ride off a hangover. And I'm riding my bike down to Assiniboine, and all of a sudden I'm flying over the handlebars. And I've crashed my bike a number of times before, but every other time I knew why. This time I have no idea. So as I'm flying over the handlebars, I'm thinking, why am I crashing? I should have been thinking, protect your face!
This is, basically my life from 2004 to 2011, 2012.
Sitting down on the curb face first, I curb stomped my own face. I knew I was in trouble before I hit the ground because I heard some guy yell, "Oh!"
It's called I Hate Bill Pats. It's a dark comedy based on a life of poor choices, a failed suicide attempt, and a downward spiral into near homelessness. It's funny.
As I'm picking myself up off the ground, I can taste teeth. I'm covered in blood. I'm surrounded by 5 people. They're all freaking out. Call an ambulance! He's gotta go to the hospital! I'm like, you guys gotta relax. Bill Pax.
I think it's just something I've always done. Something weird happens to you, so you tell your friends a story. A couple people laugh at a couple parts. You rework the parts that were funny, drop the parts that weren't, tell the story again to someone else, and then just keep doing that and just trying to find the ridiculousness out of the ridiculousness. And if you can't laugh about it, or you try to make yourself laugh about it to get through it, I guess.
There's a woman and her 4-year-old son in the end. They can't even look. I ruined this kid's life. He's never gonna ride a bike. At least I think it's a mother and her son. I don't know. I'm pretty out of it. For all I know, that could be a dude with a mullet and a midget.
So it was described by one reviewer, is it a comedy that makes you cry or a tragedy that makes you laugh? And I'll take you on a bit of a roller coaster ride and hopefully leave you feeling a little bit better about yourself when it's all over.
They're still all freaking out about calling an ambulance. I'm like, holy shit. Ambulances cost $250. I don't have $250. I gotta get the out of here. So I grab my bike, chains off, thank God. I can hardly walk, let alone ride a bike.
I certainly didn't expect to be going into the comedy festival at this stage of my career as quick as I am, and being trusted with the stage for 75 minutes at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival is unbelievable. It's unreal. It's been a great ride.